Hey there. I thought I would start out like that so you can actually see what it looks like in the sky and everything. Because as soon as I get in front of the camera, all that brightens up and you can't see how pretty it is. See what I mean? Well, hey there, everybody. I'm sitting out here enjoying the late afternoon, going into early evening, sort of. Um, I've been very busy all day long. I've had a lot of stuff to do. I did laundry this morning. I had to take Oscar in for his feline leukemia vaccine. And then on top of that, they gave him a topical thing because he has this skin problem. And anyway, this woman, I've never seen her before. I don't know who she is. But anyway, she wanted to put this topical stuff on him. And I was trying to ask her before she did it, I was trying to say, you know, I have another cat at home and they like to play and, he might lick on him and stuff like that. Is it safe? And I couldn't really get an answer out of her. And then, anyway, so she gives him this stuff and then I'm talking to her about it again and she's like, oh yeah, they need to stay away from each other for 2 to 3 hours. And I was like, that's what I was trying to find out before you did it, because I probably would have just said, no, don't do it, because it's too difficult trying to keep them separated. And today I was going to take down that dang tent, because lately, lightning has not been coming in as much lately, but when he does come in, I've just been sticking Poppy in the bathroom now, instead of dealing with the tent. And so I thought, this thing has just been driving me crazy. I've been wanting to get it out of here. So I was going to take it out today, but then this thing happened. And then I was playing musical cats for I don't know, the first hour. Excuse me. Because, Poppy wasn't, first of all, Oscar was in the tent. He was not happy and he was in there panting and panicked and all this kind of stuff. So I had to take him out. So then I put Poppy in. And then he was all upset. So then I was putting Oscar in the bathroom and he wanted out. And then I put Poppy in the bathroom. And it was just this constant thing trying to just rotate cats from one place to another because they were all freaking out. But I was trying to keep them apart. And that woman said 2 to 3 hours and all of that stuff would be absorbed in. Well, since the cats luckily fell asleep at some point, I waited longer than the 3 hours because they were asleep. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to leave it until one of them wakes up and, whatever. So that's what I did. And then I looked at Oscar's neck and it was still, all that stuff looked like it was still on there. And I was so worried about it. And then I looked it up online and it was talking about, oh yeah, you should keep them separated for 24 to 48 hours. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, no. So I washed that stuff off. I said, to hell with this. I'm not going to deal with this. I think Oscar's skin issue is something other than that anyway, what she was doing on there. I mean, I could be wrong, but he's seen 3 vets over the course of his life because he's had this his whole life, and no one has ever determined what it was. And they've tried this kind of stuff before, and it didn't really do anything. So I said to hell with it, and I just washed it off so that, because Poppy and Oscar wrestle all the time, and they, put their arms around each other's necks, and they bite on each other's necks, and I just thought, I'm just not going to deal with this. It was kind of an expensive freaking thing, too, so I just basically threw that money in the trash, but I just thought, there's no way I can keep these two separated for 24 to 48 hours. It'll just drive me insane to hear them crying and screaming and trying to dig their way out of wherever they're at. So I said, the heck with it. Hey, y'all. The roosters and what used to be the baby chicks that are now bigger. Let me see if I can turn this around. Maybe you can see them. See? Yeah, they're over here eating, but I'm almost out of their rooster food. And the dang guy at the pet store was closed today, which I should have known he would be. It's Saturday, so he's probably out having fun or something. 'Cause he's a younger guy. You know, he's probably in his 20s or something like that. I know he's at least in his 20s. But, so he's probably out having a good time. But anyway, but I didn't do any yard work today. I didn't realize until last night I had an itch on my back, and I went to go scratch it, and I was like, just like, oh. I didn't realize just how sunburned my back was, because I didn't even really think about it. You know, when I was out here doing all that work in the yard for hours in the baking sun, I was bent over to, you know, cutting the grass with the scissors. So for, you know, several hours, I was out here doing that, bent over, and so the sun was beating right there. And yeah, I haven't looked at it. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if I can turn around. I don't know if you'd be able to see it because of the lighting. But I imagine it's probably pretty red. I mean, I know I got sunburned up here. I mean, I definitely, you know, and this is on the front side, so the back is bound to be pretty awful. And I have to keep, and of course, because it's sunburned is probably why it's itchy. So I have to be careful, because if I forget and I go to scratch, I'm like, ah, and it lasts for a long time too. It's like the pain. It's terrible. But I sure enjoyed doing that, though. I mean, it was hard work, but I enjoyed it, and it was nice to look around and, you know, see everything looking better than it did. And I've been looking at all kinds of different outdoor lighting and stuff like that on Lazada, you know, just getting some ideas. And I wanted to go out today because I was going to go look, because some of these little places that I call the thrift store and stuff like that, they sell like the strands of outdoor lights and stuff. And I thought about going to go look, and they don't usually have very many to pick from. But I thought I'd go look at it. But then, I don't know, after Oscar getting his vaccine and also that topical stuff and everything, I thought, I really don't want to leave. I'd rather stay here and, you know, keep an eye out on them and, you know, make sure everything's okay and whatever. So, because I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself if I went out. I'd be sitting there worrying about, you know, I hope they're all right. Because you never know what kind of reaction, you know, an animal's going to get when they get vaccines and stuff. Same with people. But anyway, so yeah, so I stayed home, and for lunch I made myself some of that ramen noodle stuff with some chicken that I boiled and put in with it. Had that for lunch, and I didn't cook all that chicken. I saved a couple of little chicken strips, and I decided for dinner I was going to make myself a chicken sandwich and french fries. So that's what I did, and it was good because I had a bun that was frozen in the freezer, and I took that out, and it didn't take long at all for that thing to thaw. And so I had me a nice little dinner, and I'm just finishing up my iced coffee. It's pretty much gone now, so no more. But y'all, I had a blast in my live stream last night. It was so much fun. I was so exhausted after being out here in this yard all day. But I was sitting out here, you know, doing my live stream and everything, and it actually was bright enough. I was surprised, because all I have are at this point, are the hideous fluorescent lights that are on the house, you know. I hate those things. But it did light things up pretty well for me to sit here and do my live stream last night. So that was fun, and as usual, I love the people that showed up, because, I mean, it's like every week I'm hanging out with my friends, you know, and so that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I've been in a pretty decent mood today, but I have been pretty busy doing all kinds of stuff. I've had quite a few things that I've been doing. sorted out some of that stuff over there that I store on the outside of the house. Because one of these roosters keeps getting up in there and like knocking my stuff down. And I checked around to see if there were any hen eggs in there, but I didn't see any anywhere. But it was an actual rooster that I've caught up there a few times, and he keeps knocking my stuff down. So I had to kind of go deal with all that. But anyway, it was a good day. I enjoyed it. Now I'm like really tired because I've just been on the go a lot the past few days. But it's been good, and I'm really proud to look around my yard and see it looking more like a yard than, some ugly old rock garden that's been forgotten about for decades. It's like, it just, ugh, all those rocks and everything were just horrible. So it's nice to not see all that. I mean, I still have all this dang gravel, and there's still rocks in there that I can't get out. But for now, at least it's better, and I'm happy. And I know I keep saying it, but I'm just really happy about it. So anyway, I guess that's about all for today, y'all. It's the weekend, so I don't really think too many people are that interested in watching these videos. So anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. So have a good one, everybody, and I will see you later.